Welcome to English literature class, my dear students of class 9th. Open page number 81, the last paragraph, what the wheelwright says to his wife. He says, "Jane," said the wheelwright, with an impressiveness of tone that greatly subdued, that greatly mild his wife. With an impressiveness of tone. The tone was very impressiveness, which gives impression that greatly mild his wife, greatly subdued his wife. He says, "I read in the Bible sometimes and find much said about little children." He said, he takes the examples of scriptures and says, "I read in the Bible sometimes and find much said about little children, how the Savior, how Jesus rebuked the disciples, criticized harshly the disciples who would not receive them, who would not receive the children, and how he took them up in his arms. How lovely, how affection they have. How affection he has. He says how he took them up in his arms and blessed them, and how he said, whosoever gave them even a cup of cold water should not go unrewarded." He gives the example, says how he said, how Jesus said that whosoever gave them even a cup of cold water should not go unrewarded. He will be rewarded by God. Whosoever gave them even a cup of cold water, who shows affection. Now it is a small thing for us to keep this poor motherless little one for a single night. He says we should give her a shelter because she is without mother. She is motherless. She must give a shelter for a single night. To be kind to her for a single night, to make her life comfortable for a single night. The voice of the strong, rough man shook. He became very emotional and he turned his head away so that the moisture in his eyes might not be seen. Though his eyes were full of tears, but he did not show it, and he turned his head away so that the moisture in his eyes might not be seen. Mrs. Thompson did not answer, but a soft feeling crept into her heart. She felt something soft which entered, which crept into her heart. "Look at her kindly, Jane. Jane, look her kindly. Speak to her kindly," said Joe Thompson. "Think of her dead mother and the loneliness, the pain, the sorrow that must be on all her coming life, in future life. She will suffer in her future. Think about all." The softness of his heart gave unwonted eloquence. The softness of his heart gave unusual ability to speak well. Mr. Thompson did not reply, but presently turned towards the little chamber where her husband had deposited Maggie, where her husband had given the shelter to Maggie, and pushing open the door, went quietly in. Joe did not follow. He wanted to see what his wife is going to do. He saw that her state had changed. Her state, her thinking, her condition, the way of thinking had changed, and felt that it would be best to leave her alone with the child. Joe thought that she should be left with her, with the child, So he went to his shop, which stood near the house, and worked until dusky evening, till evening released him from labor. A light shining through the little chamber windows was the first object that attracted Joe's attention on turning towards the house. When he was coming from the shop, the first thing which attracted Mr. Joe Thompson, that was the light which was coming through the window. It was a good omen, it was a good sign. The path led him by this window, and when opposite, he could not help pausing to look in. He looked in the chamber. It was now dark enough outside to screen him from observation. He, his wife was unable to see him. Maggie lay a little raised on the pillow. Maggie lay. She was lying down at that time, a little raised on the pillow, with the lamp shining full upon her face. Mrs. Thompson was sitting by the bed, talking to the child, but her back was towards the window. So that was the reason only that she could not see when Joe Thompson returned back from the shop. So that her countenance, her face was not seen. From Maggie's face, therefore, Joe must read the character of their intercourse. Joe must read the character of their conversation. He saw that her eyes were intently, firmly fixed upon his wife, that now and then a few words came as if in answers from her lips, that her expression was sad and tender. Her expression was sad and tender, but he saw nothing of bitterness or pain. She has become very soft. He saw tenderness in her eyes. A deep drawn breath was followed by one of relief. He took a sigh of relief as a weight lifted itself from his heart. As he was feeling burden since morning till the dusk. Now that burden, that weight lifted itself from his heart. On entering, Joe did not go immediately to the little chamber. He did not go immediately to the little chamber. His heavy tread about the kitchen, as he was going with tired legs about the kitchen, brought his wife somewhat hurriedly from the room where she had been with Maggie. Joe thought it best not to refer to the child, nor to manifest, not to distinctly perceived any concern in regard to her. "How soon will supper be ready?" he asked. "How soon will the dinner be ready?" "Right soon," answered Mrs. Thompson, beginning to bustle, beginning to excited about. There was no asperity, there was no harshness in her voice. And what happened after that, you will study in my next video. Thank you so much, students.